Nathan, it's the first defeat of the season this evening, 4-2 against Worksop Town. Just sum that one up.
Well, obviously disappointed. I've said it loads of times before, goals change games. It's a real bad goal for us. The first goal puts them on the front foot. And from that point they've never looked back. It looked like they were working harder than us, but in fact it was just they were smarter than us. Two wingers, outstanding tonight for them. I'd say they're the guys who've done the damage. But yeah, it's all about the goals, and like I said, when they're going 4-0 up, you just praying there's going to be no more. But credit to my boys, they've then found a little bit of belief from the goal going in from us. Again, goal changing games, and we've got on the front foot, which is crazy because because over the course of the 90 minutes they've caused us a lot of damage. So it's the positive from that is the way we finished the game. But we've been beaten tonight by a team who've played very well. So sometimes you just got to hold your hands up.
Yeah, and that first goal in particular, as you mentioned there, the manner of it was disappointing. 3 minutes in as well, just really put you on that back foot straight away because they've got something to hold on to. Yeah,
you can't legislate for mistakes, but players make them. It's how we recover from it, and we didn't really recover that well. But I'll give them credit there because they've hunted us down and they've smelled blood, and that's what they've done for probably 70-75 minutes tonight. Even at 4-0, they find that extra 10-20%, and mentally it's draining for the players. So I've got to give Worksop a lot of credit.
Yeah, and the second goal as well. At the time it came, at that point we still hadn't really created too much going forwards, but to go into half time 2-0 down in that manner as well, just from the cross, and quite a routine goal there.
Yeah, routine, but brilliant cross by the kid. And to be fair to the kid who's finished it off, he's come between two defenders. I could be super critical and say we should have stopped the cross, but sometimes you've just got to hold your hands up, and that was one of them. You're right, you're going to 2-0, but we honestly thought we could come back into the game because half time it was a chance to reset. I don't think we started the second half too badly, but our number 9 tonight he was unplayable. And the way he's finished those 2 goals, he's put the game to bed for him.
Yeah, and both those goals were pretty much carbon copies, weren't they, as well? Both on the counter-attack and, great finish at the end of it, but I suppose, given the way the game was, we'd be chasing to get themselves back, and always going to be those gaps in behind.
Yeah, there was going to be, but the kid's still got a lot to do, and he's got to be a good keeper, and he did that. It was there were 2 unstoppable shots. But yeah, you've just got to lick your wounds on this one, and we've got to move on to the next game.
Yeah, and it was eventually, a couple of goals for Whitby, which frustratingly could think we could have been getting them one of the first one earlier on. Perhaps could have led to sort of a comeback there, getting the score back up to 4-2. 2 great finishes there, but just again disappointing the time that they came. Yeah,
credit to Gratz and credit to Fuster, 2 very good finishes. But I think at that particular point before the goal, I don't think we had a shot on target. And from our side of things, you can give Worksop credit because they've had the bit between the teeth and they defended like Trojans, like we have when we've gone in front. Atherton, Guiseley and Marine. But from a forward point of view, we didn't do enough tonight. But we have scored 2 goals, but it was all a little too late. But that's something to learn from tonight. Again, it's a pretty young team we've got. It's our first experience of going behind. Was the reaction good? I would like it to have been better. But I'll keep saying it, sometimes you've got to hold your hands up with the opposition, and I thought they were phenomenal tonight.
Yeah, and in terms of the team selection as well, it was, I don't think the players you put out there in the end, it sort of, the match didn't allow you to play how you perhaps would have liked them to.
No, but again, I've just been speaking about, Worksop's 2 wide players, lots of experience in their midfield, reading all the second balls as well. It's just one of those nights tonight. I mean, as far as team selection goes, we've changed it again. But that's all based on 6 games in 18 days. We believe it's the right thing to do. Tonight's just one result. It's not going to define the season. I think we've learned a lot from tonight. You learn more in defeat than you do when you're winning. But we know there's a team out there in Worksop who've got a lot of credentials to be right up there if they're playing like that every week. But we've got to raise the standard again. And that starts at Ashton on Saturday.
Yeah, and that's the good thing about this time of the season, the fact that you can, get that quick turnaround and a chance to, try and put tonight 1-2 behind us on Saturday against Ashton.
Yeah, we will. I don't think there's any doubt about it. We will. They've got to rest and recover now. We'll train on Thursday. We'll go through a few bits. But yeah, they'll pick themselves up. You don't turn into a bad team overnight. We're just done by a better team tonight.
Yeah, and in terms of the personnel as well, going into that one, you know, we've seen you make changes in all the matches so far, and I'm sure that's a theme that on the back of tonight might give you a couple of big decisions to make as well.
Yeah, it's it's tough, but I want it to be tough. We've got 2 games in 3 days. Again, Ilkeston on the Monday, going on to the Astro, but the most important game's the Ashton game. We've got to obviously put in a performance and look to get 3 points in that before we even look at Ilkeston. So it'll be a team that I think can win the game. We'll see how we come out of it.
All right, Nathan.
Cheers.